Howdy folks, welcome back to Archean. We're going to work on an airplane today. So I built this in creative, did some little experimentation, and it does fly, but we're going to need to retrofit it a bit, give it some more battery, and get an ore scanner on there so we can go adventuring over those mountains. That's the plan for today. So let's get started. I think the first thing I want to do is get this battery off of there. Need to move the seat around a little bit. It does fly though. It flies okay. But I think the battery life would not be great with just one battery. So let's start pulling some of this stuff off. I'm going to redo this line out to the propeller. Pull you off. And I could probably actually get rid of that. Might redo this whole front area. Pull this out so we can get the battery on the... Oops. Might redo this. So once you build something, like it stays in place. Obviously this is floating. We'll get that redone. Alright, let's get the seat out of here. To redo this power converter as well. Probably just need to reposition the computer. So that means I need to pull all these data lines off. Redo those, which is a little bit of a pain, but we can do it. Okay, now if I pull this off, we can rebuild it. Oh, it looks pretty goofy. Let's move you guys up, and I got my 2 batteries here. I think 2 batteries will be enough. Wondering, should I put... Let's put one right up against there, and then the other one back here, maybe? I don't want it too nose heavy. I did a little experiment, and I had both batteries like right up here, side by side, and it was pretty nose heavy. It still flew, but took a lot of trim. The flight mechanics are pretty basic. So I just built something that looked like an airplane, and it worked fine. I think we might want a little more tail. Possibly more elevator as well. But I think that's how the batteries will go. Now as far as the ore scanner, where are you? Go ahead and duplicate this. It does have mirror build mode, which I might enable. We start putting some of this back, but I want the ore scanner to go in. I don't remember for sure what shape it is. So I'm going to use this nice color ore scanner from the Steam Workshop. And there'll be a link in the description. If there's not, remind me and I'll put one in there. And I'm trying to remember... Where's its screen? I'll put you in the middle. Actually, I have everything in my inventory because I've already built one of these and had it on the little rover there. Alright, so if I click here, now we can rotate it around. Okay, so the screen is there. Oh, the screen I'm not going to be able to see because of the battery. So we're going to have to move it up, which is fine. So if I hit X, it changes the axis. There we go. If I had that about up there, I think we'd be able to see it from a seat okay. Boink. Okay, we'll try that. Get filled in. Actually, I'm just going to go to drone mode. It's easier to build sometimes in drone mode. So you can see we got a really nice ore scanner here. It's currently looking for iron. And then the other two are land and sea. And then I think it's smart enough to know that if you're not moving, like it draws once and then it stops. Because it has sensors on it for velocity and whatnot. If we go to config, we can say ore 1, we want titanium. And it's not going to find anything, even at 5 kilometer range. It's just going to find land. But I did find some way over there somewhere, so it's out there. Alright, so let's turn that off. Then I need to get my seat set up somehow. So let's get seat. I need to get the seat and the computer back on here. So if I put the seat here, that might work. Let's see. Can I? Maybe I can't enter the seat when I'm in drone mode. Oh yeah, that will work. The scanner is a little bit in our way, but we can look around it. And we've hit Z to zoom in. Perfect. All right, I like it. So now if I hit V on my airplane, I can go to, and I'll pull this back up, I can go to symmetry mode. So find the right axis there. Then if I build this out, it'll be symmetrical on each side. So we go back to drone mode. Over like that, and we'll just fill some of this in. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not even going to be fully like greebled. C is down in Space Engineers. I was hitting C to go down. That doesn't work. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Put you like that. It's going to do some basic kind of fairing like work here. Actually get rid of you. It's smart enough that if you like, you know, move across the symmetry, then it just does it as one block. I'm actually going to redo you. Voice is still a little bit rough from cold I had, but I feel fine. Just still sound a little bit rough. And then I think I'm going to redo this as well. Like that, and then we'll start kind of filling this in a little bit. So we'll do like that. That. That's not quite what I want there, is it? Probably want that to be a pyramid as well. No, maybe just a corner. No, how do I want that? Trying to tie that in. I think I'll just do angled. What they call slope. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm not going for pretty. I'm just going for, yeah, it works. That's my design goal with this airplane. And then I think I want to make the wings a little bigger. I'm not sure they're quite big enough, so I don't know really how much the aerodynamics matters as far as like lift and that kind of thing. I haven't experimented a whole lot. This is kind of a heavy plane, so let's come out. Let's say another 2 meters. Let's make a pretty good wingspan on it. And then we'll just fill this in with slopes. But you don't have to make like an airfoil shape or anything like that. It's not that level of detail. And then we got our ailerons, which are kind of far out on the wing, but again, I don't think it's that critical. And I want to make the tail a little bigger. Tail's a little small. Kind of tempted to put another set of ailerons on each side. It doesn't seem like it has a lot of elevator authority. I don't have ailerons, so let's go make a couple more of those. Whee. I didn't get my item sorter thing yet, so this thing is still pretty full. Except I have most of the parts on me. Somebody was asking about the old school printer sound. It comes from the crafter. It makes kind of a dot matrix printer type sound. All right, components, aileron, craft. There's one and there's two. Just that easy. And we're just going to extend these on out. Now parts don't have symmetry. You have to place those individually. You also have to have somewhere to place it. Are they 1 meter? Yeah, okay. So this needs to come out 3/4 of a meter. We'll do it like that, and we're going to redo this front part. A big old elevator on here. Except I put those upside down. I thought of that right as I was putting those on there. We need to make them match because I've got them all wired together. I'm actually going to have to rewire all of those, but I'll do that off camera, and then we'll go take flight. That'll be a lot of work. All right, so we want plus up and plus up. And let's redo this a bit. It's definitely a lot more tail, isn't it? Let's come over like that, and then we'll fill in with slope. There we go. Kind of looks like an airplane. Now, the one weird thing is the tail is 2 blocks wide. And the reason I did that is the seat and the propeller and stuff are based on 2 block width. So stuff would be off center unless this was 2 blocks wide. All right, all of this needs to get rewired. I wonder. I probably could just. Yeah, I'll run 2 back. So I'm just gonna. I'll undo those, and I'll rewire this off camera, and then we'll go for a test flight. All right, that took some doing, but got her done. I think I need to change one thing. It looks like the small battery is draining into the big batteries, which is not what I want to have happen. So I think what I can do is add a junction here, because they're one way basically. So if I throw a junction on here like that, I have the power come out of the power converter and then go to the battery. I think. Yeah, there we go. So now it'll keep the little battery charged from the big batteries, and the big batteries power the propeller. I didn't get enough speed from the propeller. When I initially built this plane, I had like 6 little batteries. I just couldn't get enough speed out of the propeller with the low voltage, so I had to go with the high voltage. But I think we're ready for a test flight. Hop in here. We got aileronage. Got elevatorage. And we got rudder. I got steering here on the tail wheel. And then I've got plus and control. Not running the propeller. Okay. Let's get that done. I do have that hooked up. I just forgot to put it in the code. I had to redo all these connections. Oh yeah, I didn't do that here, did I? Alright, so we want an output to the propeller. Oh, and I wanted to make a little screen so I could see the battery percentage. Alright, so that's going to go to speed, and then I'm just going to do constant pitch. 0.2. I think that's how I had that set up before. Let's make sure it flies, and then we'll get a screen on there. There we go. Okay, well, here goes nothing. She wants to roll to the left a little bit because of the torque. Might want an Xbox controller on here. Definitely has more elevator authority now. It's a little goofy with the keyboard. Oh, stall it in, stall it in. All those years of flight simming paid off. And I even have brakes. I just gotta watch the toe brakes so I don't slam the nose in. Alright, well, let's taxi back over. I want to get a screen set up just so I can keep an eye on the percentage of the battery. Not too bad, not too bad. Now, I'd love to have some kind of autopilot, but I haven't had taken the time to learn all the commands I would need to make that happen. Whoa, horsey. Okay, the brakes do work. They're not super effective for some reason, but they do work. All right, we have a flying machine. I'm going to make a couple tweaks. I'm going to put a screen on here. I'd like to have a visual indication of throttle and also a representation of the battery charge. So 97.6 just from that short flight. So yeah, let me make a couple tweaks and then we're going to go fly into the mountains. Alrighty, folks, I think we're ready to head for the mountains. I do want to take a blueprint of this real quick, because I've made a lot of changes. So I'll bring up our blueprint tool, left click once to go to scan mode. And then you can see it selected the plane, so hold down left click, boom. And I'm going to call this, let's just name it plane with the date. There we go. Now I got a blueprint of that. One thing I forgot to do, though, is grab the parts for a remote miner. That was the whole point of going out there, so I'll be right back. Okay, that didn't take much. I just needed 4 small wheels and a ground anchor. Had everything else already made. So if I pull up my blueprint, you can see we're ready to print out one of those as soon as we find the titanium. So without further ado, let's try to get airborne. And we'll see how this goes. I got the display there. Real simple for now. Just battery and throttle. Okay, I'm going to go for some altitude. Then we'll cruise on over. Set the scanner to just do 180-degree arc. Oh, I need trim controls. There's going to be a bear. I did throw some solar panels on. You can see just get some charge. So if we have to, we can land out here somewhere and just sit and wait. Wiggle that elevator. She's not neutrally stable at all. By a long shot. I'm going to set this to 90 actually. Just have it scan right out in front of us. Now looking at these mountains again, it was this one right here that I tried to climb. So somewhere over there, there's some titanium. I could see one little red dot. So I'm going to keep cruising and keep scanning. And hopefully we'll find that dot again or another deposit. Give you a little overview of the terrain here. Definitely need to program some kind of autopilot. It would be great. I'm just having to constantly spam the keyboard. I'll see y'all in a bit. Well, the bad news is I haven't seen that red dot yet, and I should be able to see it, I would think. But good news is, got some cool mountains over here. I cruised for a little while, about 80% power, but got it cranked up again. Trying to get some altitude. These mountains are pretty high. Very, very steep as well. I'm going to keep climbing and just follow this valley, I guess. No sign of any titanium yet. I'm going to keep on cruising. Alright, we got progress. I forgot when I was out here before, I had to turn off the green and the blue, the land and the sea, to be able to see the titanium. So you can see, hopefully that comes through in YouTube. There's red dots everywhere off to my right, so I got to just keep climbing. I don't know what altitude we're at. There is a nav instrument you can build that gives like a HUD with everything you want to fly. But it takes, I think, 10 or 20 gold. And I didn't want to go diving in the sea to try to find enough gold to make one of those. We will eventually, but... So we're just kind of seat of our pants flying here. There's definitely titanium over there in the mountains. I just got to try to get enough altitude that we can get to it, so... The journey continues. We're up pretty high now. Coming back down this valley. Just trying to claw our way up to altitude here. Still got plenty of battery so far. Alright, we're living dangerously here. There's titanium over here. I just got to figure out how to get to it. Actually coming over some right now. With the mountainside though, it's really hard to tell distance and whatnot. Distance and angle. Yeah, it's all over the place over here. Can I land though? That's the question. It's looking a little iffy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, this could be bad. Nope, not gonna make it. Too steep. So I don't know how we're gonna land on there. That's I might have to go up top and then try to walk down or something. I did bring plenty of like blocks so we can build a platform. Did I bring frames? Yes, I got frames. Alright, cool. Got steel beams. Man, I really need an artificial horizon. So you can see it's there. It's definitely here on the mountains. I just need to find a way to land. And make our way over there. It's right there. I just can't get to it. Getting ready to fly over some right now. What if I could land in that saddle over there? Even if I could land on the mountainside, the plane's just going to roll away. The physics is not great. So it would just skid away even if I had the brakes set. These switches don't do anything yet. I was experimenting with a parking brake, but I didn't get it to work yet. Let me see if I can land in this little saddle here. And we'll take stock of where the titanium is. We're losing light too, which is only adding to the confusion. Okay, holding brake on. We actually stop here? I think we actually stopped. Wow. Now I just need to find my voice and we'll be all good. All right, let's zoom in. Let's put this back on 360 and go back. Well, we'll just do a scan here at a kilometer. Where'd all the red go? All right, let's go back to 5 kilometers. There it is. It's behind us. About 1.5 kilometers-ish. All right, fair enough. So let's put you on 1,000 and back to 90 degrees. Might have to do some taxiing. So here we are. Are we a ground vehicle now? I need like 6 hands to do this. We're gonna lean on the brakes and turn here. I don't have differential braking. That would be nice, but I don't have that set up. Okay, nice and gentle, nice and gentle. Nice view from up here. Okay, back on the brakes. Get stopped. Got no red. They're not even scanning. Do a sweep. Okay, so we're still... It's definitely out there. We're still a little too far away. Let me do a little more taxiing, and hopefully we'll get close enough I can plop a drill down, and we'll finally have some titanium. It's getting a little dicey here, folks. And my voice is just about gone as well. Yeah, we're sliding. Not good. Going further away from the titanium. Stop. Whoa. Stop. So, yeah. It's about how it's going. I might have to fly again. Alright. Let me get this sorted out. Alright, I'm holding on the brakes. Okay, we're stopped again. I think all I did was get further away from the titanium. It's back over there. I might have to fly again. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being. Well, let's go flying. I have to turn back around. Gain back the altitude I lost. One problem is, as our battery voltage, or as our battery percentage goes down, the voltage also drops. And we're almost a little underpowered. Maybe should have went with the twin engine for mountain flying. Okay, so I need to get back through this saddle here. Figure out somewhere to land. It's going to be tricky. Might be easier just from this view. A little harder to tell where exactly I'm going. Yeah, see, there's just not a great place to land anywhere over here. And it gets really disorienting trying to stay relative to the horizon. Back over in here. I don't have any airspeed indicator. I can kind of tell from how mushy the controls are when I'm getting slow. Like I'm getting really slow right now. If I wanted to try to land. Oh, I got pointed downhill again. Nope, that's not going to work. Problem is my brakes, even though I've got it bound to like full brakes, they're fairly ineffective. Once you get any kind of speed going, you're just gone. Lost a bunch of altitude there, unfortunately. And over here, there's no rocks on the ground to prospect with, so we're going to have to get pretty spot on. And then plop the miner down. And so I don't have any way to move the miner once I've spawned it, so... yeah. This might be a fool's errand. At least we know it's over here in this mountain range, for sure. And there's a lot of it. But it's too steep for a rover. So I might have to rethink this. Maybe we need a ground anchor on the plane to just plant ourselves on the side of a mountain. And I'm going to run out of battery, I think, before we get this done. See, I'm holding, I've got full brake on, and it just can't hold. Unfortunately. There's no way. Whoa. Oh boy. Oh, roll. Need more roll authority. Well, I'm not sure we're going to get titanium this episode, unfortunately. This thing's getting pretty long already. The mountains are proving to be quite a challenge. I might have to build some kind of like quadcopter or something with a ground anchor. I have to figure that out. Getting pretty low on battery. Get the scanner back on. The only other alternative is to find, something a little flatter. It would happen to have titanium. There's a little bit off over there somewhere. So let's fly over to this saddle. Not quite ready to give up yet, but it looks like it's way up in the mountains. And I think I just need a stronger airplane. Also, I need a ground anchor to be able to just plop and nail myself to the side of a mountain. In real life flying, you would not want to fly into this valley, but this isn't real life, so we're going to go for it. Is there any titanium up in here? I thought I saw some red earlier, but we may have turned away from it. Yeah, not seeing any up here so far. We're down to 59% battery, so our prop speed is pretty slow. I wonder if I can land and like taxi over the ridge here. Oh, that's pretty rough. Oh, that's really rough. Alright, let's see if we can keep flying. Don't see any titanium on the scope. Up we go. Oh, see, right in here would be perfect if there was some titanium. I could actually land here. Not seeing anything on the scope, though. Where'd all this titanium go? Goes back to 180. We'll get a little wider field of view. Nope, nothing. And it's all just in these tallest parts of the mountains, so I think I'm going to need a better plane. I'm down to almost half battery. Don't know that I'm going to be able to climb much more. From the looks of it, it's all just at the very top of these peaks. I can't quite even get up there. Oh, there's a lake down there. That's cool. So I think I'll regroup. I think I'm going to head back to base. We know there's definitely titanium over here. It's just hard to get to. It seems to be up in the tallest part of these mountains. So we can turn you off. All right, sorry for the disappointment, folks. I thought we were going to be able to get to the titanium, but it's going to take a little more design work. I think I'll go for a twin plane. We'll do the ground anchor thing so we can plant ourselves once we land. But we got some valuable lessons learned, and we got to fly around in the mountains. That's not all bad. Thanks as always for watching, folks. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.